at this point, a featured running back is a stopgap to you. Unfortunately, I hate it because I like the running back position. It's almost like a stopgap. You need a feature running back to stop gap you to get into where you have a quarterback and a good enough offense where you no longer need that running back.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Fanatic Islanders, your home for sports and sports entertainment. And today is Saturday. Today is another good day to talk about sports. And we got the guys here in the studio. We're at the stew in the breeze. Chris, was that right? We're at the stew in the breeze. So, how y'all been?
Been good, man.
Yeah, man.
Got some physiotherapy yesterday. You know, just do the little suction cup thing to get out the knots. Like she did it on my IT band. I did not know this was possible. She let it sit for like 5 seconds and then just instantly moved the cup. I literally said the Our Father prayer and Mary had a little lamb in the same sentence.
On the band?
On my IT band, bro. I mean, I got the knot out, but I'm actually still bruised from that. But
I'm actually thinking about doing that as a form of recovery, you know? Because like you gotta, one thing I know, when you're playing sports, you gotta protect yourself.
But
he's like, I don't know if I recommend
but that's
that.
painful, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just foam roll, bro.
send me the number.
All right.
But you got anything to say to the people?
I had a regular week. I don't know about all that. Yeah. So,
but on to our random sports fact. Well, some of you guys may know about this, and it'll lead into it. But here's another interesting Pittsburgh sports fact. In 1943, the Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles both lost so many players who were serving in World War II. They joined together to become the Steagles for the season. And you know, that's a common sports fact that a lot of people know about. Mm-hmm. But that leads me into the question: what teams, I guess, in close proximity would make a good, like, not super team, but make a good combined team? Like, if the Giants and the Jets combined, how would that team look?
Still be garbage. They'd definitely still be garbage.
like, the Browns would make the Bengals worse.
No, I disagree. I think the Browns would take the Bengals over the hump. You take the defensive pieces. You take the defensive pieces that the Browns have.
I think about culture.
We ain't worried about culture. Ain't nothing about culture. They play the game. We ain't worried about the culture.
Toxic.
They ain't rapping.
That's a bad apple.
They ain't got no rap battle.
Once them GMs start to mix.
But yeah, Miles Garrett would work.
Miles Garrett would work. Denzel Ward would work. Yeah. Like, that offensive line would work.
Yeah. I mean,
like, imagine Miami and Jacksonville.
Duval County, buddy.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Look at, I mean, Raiders and 49ers ain't on the right home about, but there are some big names on both teams.
The Raiders.
Who you saying? Raiders and
49ers. Think about it. McCaffrey, Devontae.
The Raiders just need
Devontae.
The Raiders need help. That's all. That's this. I don't.
The Texans may make the Cowboys better.
Don't do that.
David Mills, the quarterback. You know, they may take him over the hump.
Ramshot.
What is your problem?
Who? You just said David Mills?
Rams and Chargers.
Ramshot.
Rams Chargers I could give you.
Aaron Donald with that defense. And
I honestly think the Rams staff with the Chargers players would just make the switch a whole lot better.
That's actually perfect, actually.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that.
But hopefully there isn't any, like, world-changing event that will cause these changes to happen again. But
watch out for Russia. But
that's your random sports fact of the week. On to sports rant. And Shohei Ohtani. The man is a beast. The man is an alien. The man is a unicorn.
The man is not a man.
The man is not a man.
Yeah,
he's a superman.
It's a demigod, you know.
So there is a clip, and I'll see if our editor could find the clip and I put it here, or find the picture and put it here. But he's actually looking to get a special glove made, which has 6 fingers, a thumb on either side, so that way he wants to pitch to certain players left-handed. And if he can do that left-handed, we already know what he could do with his right hand, throwing 101 with his right hand. He's already a beast at bat.
What can't this man do?
Exactly.
Nothing. This man could probably pitch 5 days out of the week.
Probably.
Bro, he probably would. Like, on off
Honestly
days.
and truly.
Like, off days, just switch hands.
Yeah.
I down for it. I would like to see it.
What would the training protocol would be for that, though? Because you know, like, how you have your pitch counts, you do things very specifically to make sure, like, your arm is good to pitch. Like,
I don't know what this training protocol is now.
it sounds like he may be on a Space Jam secret sauce.
Yeah, but
But then again, like
differently.
But you gotta remember that's the only thing he does. No, not the only thing he does, but baseball is so much of his time, his attribute, his life is just you doing whatever you could do to make sure you're in perfect position, you're healthy, because he just come off the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
To start opening day, I mean, it's crazy. So I give the medical staff of the Angels credit because they're managing him well. And it's so weird. The Japanese team is so good with Ohtani. The American team is so good with Trout. But the Angels team that have both of them is trash. Because the Angels still lost that game. He pitched.
The rest of the Angels just ain't up the par, bro.
But it's like, you might as well just trade a, get your boat. I can't even say boat. Get your country load and ball out.
Come on, just get a small island for the players.
Come on, let's just let the Mets pay him. That's all.
But like that's my rant. I didn't. It's more of a praise than a rant, but it's a rant nonetheless. This is on to what you guys came here to see. Thank you for watching that.
I think they like the segments too.
They do, but thank you for watching that ad break. If you want your ads promoted, hit us up. Email is in the description below. Send us the information. Send the check. We got you. But the question that we came up with for this topic is: do featured backs still exist in the NFL? So we have running back, we have workhorses who take them predominantly the carries, the touches. Do they still exist?
If we have to quota it, I don't think so. There may be 5 tops every year, and it's usually maybe 1 or 2 that are consistent over the years, and then every other year you may end up with a featured back. But it's a dying art, man. It's weird, and I don't even think you have. If we just look at it from like a pure running back perspective, I don't think you have many running backs going over 300 touches in like I'd say the last 5 years. Like if we say 5 years, we probably had maybe 10 running backs if that over the 5 years, and this is even including Derrick Henry, who would have been one of the 5 each of the 5 years go over 300 carries. Like I just don't see it.
Yeah, it's funny because most of the time people try to draft their running backs these days because why am I going to pay a new running back? And even when they draft a new running back, it's like, is he going to be a featured back? Probably not. So it's like, it is a lost art. Like, what are we doing at this point? Like, and even if you are a featured running back, you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm fast and I can run through tackles and I can do whatever. You have to catch, you have to block. Sometimes you might have to throw passes. So like, why would I do that as a running back when I could just go play another position?
So actually, when we thought about the question, in my head, I know there are like 4. I'll say 4. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. Like featured running backs. You got Derrick Henry with the Titans, Josh Jacobs with the Raiders. Let's say Eckler with the Chargers. Well, this is including last few years. I know we talked about this before. I'd even say Barkley, I'm 50-50 with, right? Mainly due to the fact that Daniel Jones is such a, I want to say prolific runner, but he's a
part of the offense.
Yeah, he's a part of the offense in the run game. So it's like, yeah, they exist, but like you said, they're dying out. Teams are gonna draft running backs because it's cheaper to draft a running back than pay. You're not gonna pay no big money for no running back. Miles Sanders, he wasn't a featured back last year. He was over 1,000 yards, and just because you're over 1,000 yards don't mean that you're a featured back. Just because you have a lot of touch don't mean that you're a featured back. Featured back, that we're defining is that in any play that I have a running back, I want you there.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't call McCaffrey's it, because 49ers are maybe on a different team.
Okay.
But
wait, so just to be clear, Christian McCaffrey's not a featured back, but it's because he's with the 49ers.
No, he's no.
All right.
Okay.
With the Panthers, he was, and I feel like that year he got injured when he was he's been a feature running back in the past. He is a feature running back. He's normally a future running back, but I feel like that year coming off that injury when he got 1,000,
yeah,
it's like they so like micromanaging now. It's like, okay, well, he going to the 49ers. 49ers, yes, you think 49ers would have run him into the ground, but they didn't run into the ground. They run him, like above the ground. So he still had
above ground.
Yeah, he still had Debo running the ball. He still had Elijah Mitchell, because Elijah Mitchell was their running back, and he still. McCaffrey just get touches. Mitchell still was getting his touches. Kittle runs the ball occasionally. Debo still runs the ball.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, McCaffrey is him. He's that man, but he's not a featured running back.
So if that's the case, is there a difference between the featured running back and then what I'd say is the centerpiece of our offense?
Yes.
Because that's what McCaffrey was in Carolina. He was the offense.
Yes.
Versus now him being with the 49ers, like he's just, an additional piece.
Because featured running backs are people you think so prolific in the run game that, they're featured. We know what McCaffrey could do in the receiving game. And I feel like we take that into perspective. I guess we could say the same thing with Eckler. We take the receiving aspect of his game into so we hold that in so high.
But I think with Eckler is different though, because I think this year, maybe the year before, would have been the first time like we actually saw him as a runner.
Yeah.
Because all the years before that, and I only can say this. I can say this specifically from watching, but mostly from playing fantasy football. I always drafted Eckler as my flex back because he was good in PPR leagues. Like that's what he was known for.
Yeah.
So it's recent. Like I say, it changes over the years, and it really just.
He went top 5 this. Probably top 3.
Oh, and Najee. I forgot about Najee.
Yeah, Najee Harris. But the Steelers, I don't know what's going on with them. Najee Harris is definitely featured, but I don't know if that's intentional or if that's because they have no other choice.
No other choice.
And I think the reason why the running backs, the feature running backs, are dying out or becoming non-existent is because the elevation of the quarterback game.
For sure.
Because the quarterbacks now are more athletic. The quarterbacks are now more mobile. So it comes to, okay, well, we can use our quarterback in the run game. We can use Jalen Hurts. We could use Lamar Jackson. We could use, either you want to go back, RG3, Cam. So good in the run game. It's like.
And not even just that. Like the history of passing itself has evolved.
Exactly.
Like, if we look at it, back in the day, a running back could get to his peak or whatever before everything else on your offense because we didn't really have passing schemes. I saw like some videos back in the day. They'd have people
everything was
throwing the ball with 2 hands, push pass, and I was like, "Play this football? Ain't no way this football. Y'all can't be telling me. I don't care what they say. Great quarterbacks back in the day are not as good as great quarterbacks now. I said what I said.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth.
The mechanics are completely different.
It's not close. So
and that's why they're going into protecting them so much like in this era.
So that's why you could add your Jim Browns, you could add your Walter Paytons and everything else because like where do we pass? We only pass in 5 to 15 yards. We could get more of that. We could get more with that with our running back.
Because they can break that first 2-3 tackles.
Nowadays it's like, wait, I can balance out the pass with the pass.
Real. Like you can't.
Like,
You
come
can't
on, man.
no, but you make a good point because you constantly hear it as like, oh, the short, the quick game or the screen passes. You know, that's an extension of the running game.
Yeah, but
so like you run the ball like 10 times that game, but you've thrown like 50 passes. Like
Yeah, but
10 of them was behind the line of scrimmage. Like, it's strange, but they're just trying to get rid of running
yeah,
backs.
so I'm like, wait, Derrick Henry. They gotta do him dirty in Tennessee, but
They
will.
run him into the ground.
They did. They
Like-
did. They definitely
like I
did.
know Vrabel was trying to find things to do. Like, oh yeah, Henry passed the ball a couple times. It was like,
After a while,
you
like
gotta learn how to catch or something, bro.
yeah, and they didn't. But I don't think they ever addressed the need for what they did. Because when AJ Brown was there, and Tannehill, had that. I think it's either his first season or maybe his second season though. Like the offense was clicking, and Henry didn't have to carry the ball like 40 times a game for them to win.
Yeah.
But I mean, as you've seen, like as soon as AJ Brown left, it's like, psh,
Yeah, man.
that's it. And then to the point of running dudes into the ground, like Ezekiel Elliott is the perfect example. He came into the league. This man never went under. I think he was only under 300 carries once in his first 5 years, and I think that was the year he had that 6-game suspension. And after that contract, he had no legs.
I ain't gonna lie to you, boy.
He had no
From like
legs.
2 years ago when I saw the bare belly, I was like, this is over, babe.
Yeah, but he got
This
back.
is over, babe.
He got back into shape since then, though.
But
Yeah.
the problem is it wasn't the shape, but I think like the tread on the
Yeah,
thighs
the
just
trend
aren't
was
there.
just gone, babe.
The bare belly was just, the side. Or you gonna pull a James Harden, you never know.
That was just the aesthetic.
It's just the aesthetic change, man.
But that's why running back. I feel like the running back shelf life in the league is so short.
yeah.
It's been short, and now teams are, like going to the point that they're becoming non-existent. Teams are now putting like receivers back there, like guys who play receiver, can now play running back. So like they say, they always say Jamar Chase is built like a running back. That nigga ain't built like no running back.
But the funny thing is, though, I feel like the people who could have played running back in the day are now playing receiver.
That's the
Or
and that's it.
linebacker.
Yeah, because I feel like, even like before, I feel like we had that evolution or that change of pace happen, because when you look at Anquan Bolden, you look at Percy Harvin, you look at Tavon Austin. I mean, they small, but whatever. They feel like they had the almost schematics to be a running back, but then it just shifted. I feel like with
Tavon was short. I'd give you Harvin more than Tavon.
Okay. And
I
then
mean, because if to that same event, you'd put Kadero Patterson in there. And
Exactly.
Josh Cribbs.
yep.
Devin Hester.
No, Testa is Hester.
And I feel like
can't
when
do
they
that.
saw the demise of not demise, I would say, but like the short shelf life of Jamal Charles and Chris Johnson, I feel like they were like receivers. They can last longer today. So when you see like a Kadarius Toney or a Tyreek Hill even, I won't play receiver so I can play as long as I can and get more money at receiver and be on my way. And I ain't getting injured either as much. All I gotta do is run a straight line. I ain't gotta cut. I only gotta run past you and catch the ball.
And I feel like that's what happened to Debo in that one, like that whole contract.
Contract
It's
situation.
That too,
it's
yeah.
like, you paying me like a receiver, but I was y'all number one running back all of last year. So y'all,
See, they say you gotta pay me double, bro.
Yeah, you have to kind of make the money balance out.
and not even going back further. That was Le'Veon's
issue.
No.
Because he was featured. He was, I think, like that's leading, if not second leading receiver, plus the leading rusher. Like the man accounted for probably like 40% of their offensive totals.
40. You can call a number.
Sorry, 60%. Antonio Brown was there.
Antonio Brown's not the 40.
He was there. So yeah, so Antonio Brown's probably 40 and Le'Veon was
Yeah,
like
and then
655.
The other receivers they have would be wide open anyway, so that's why they be balling.
Yeah, it's like Juju get that contract.
But
Mine's
the
finesse the league.
contract out of ring, bro.
Mine's finesse the league. Anyway, back to the running back conversation. Like, because you look at people like, I mean, and like you said, like they fizzle out from overuse, and I think is at this point a featured running back is a stopgap to you. Unfortunately, I hate it because I like the running back position. It's almost like a stopgap. You need a feature running back to stop gap you to get into where you have a quarterback and a good enough offense where you no longer need that running back.
But the thing is, even like you on Madden, you still got 3 running backs in your team that you rotate.
Not necessarily.
Not that much?
I have a problem. If you're talking about me specifically, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I build my running backs from scratch. Like, I draft. I do the same thing the NFL owners do, unfortunately.
Oh, no, I do that too.
Draft someone in like the 5th round, 5th, 6th round, and then like you just build them up like over 2 years. Like, give me 2 years, I'll have a 99 overall running back that does everything. I don't need 3 people.
So is there a solution that could bring the feature, like just how we talk about evolution of boxing game, is there a solution that could bring the feature running back to prominence or relevancy?
I feel like it's hard because one, run concepts aren't like concepts are run concepts, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to reinvent new ones. You could always reinvent new passing concepts because you have the RPOs and whatnot, but they're still based off of basic slants, first read, counters, smash. But run concepts are what they are, so it's kind of hard to reinvent new run concepts unless like you get in, you're really looking into the rules, and you have in lineman line up outside as receiver, throwing the ball, but that's still a pass.
Yeah.
The Wildcat was a good run concept, and teams started doing it because like y'all going to Wildcat, we just can go load up the box. This person can't throw.
Yeah, and that's the hard part about it too. I think it's just, and I think it came more so with the evolution of or the renaissance of the defensive player. Because you've seen it, like everybody's saying, like the NFL is quote unquote more exciting now. There's more points being scored now than there ever was. But you realize, like, when you look at some of the athletes that we have going on defense right now, like they're different, and you could watch the games. Like the first
linemen running 4-4.
The first few quarters, like there's not many scoring unless you just have like a really, really good offense. Most of the points where things get out of hand is catch up or the fourth quarter and things just going wild. Like that garbage time is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not like much of I can control the game with the running defense these days. How? Yeah. Patrick Mahomes only need 4 seconds.
Really?
So what are we doing? But is there any new rules you could put in to even bring feature box back?
No,
I don't think so.
Nope.
And I don't think they'd want to do it either, because if you put in rules like that, then you're gonna end up increasing the value of a particular position, and the owners are not gonna go for that.
It's like, look, teams are already using 6 linemen when they're going to run the ball. They're using defensive tackles inside the backfields, fullbacks. Like, I feel like we've seen creativity at its finest, and yes, I mean there were some teams could probably be a little bit more creative in that aspect, but it's kind of hard to do it. You could imagine 2 defensive tackles in the backfield as a fullback, full house, running straight out the ball is like, but I ain't a featured back.
Yeah.
That's using probably the biggest body you have as running back, and then using other big bodies in front of him. So, but he ain't your every 1 to 3 down kind of guy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I think too, though. I think is offensive line play. I think plays a big role in it too, because there's a difference between 300 carries and your first few yards. Like you kind of have to brace for contact, or you ducking and dodging, versus your 300 yards and you don't get touched until after you pass 3 yards from the line of scrimmage.
That's true.
And I think that's where the issue comes in terms of people like losing tread on the tires too. Because you look at people like Arian Foster,
he's a beast. Yeah,
such a good fantasy running back. Even Doug Martin, like you would see 1 or 2 of the years that they had, like where their offensive line was good.
It was ridiculous.
Like they were ridiculous, and as soon as the offensive line play happens, it's usually like a guard or a tackle gets stolen away in free agency. Oh, this running back is no longer good, or he's no longer has tread on the tires. And then when he goes to a new team, obviously they also don't have a good like offensive line. It's like, oh, this running back is just washed, and it's like I think because the running back position is so dependent on the other 5 in front of him, it's a lot harder to be featured when you can't necessarily do it all. And if you can do it all, like the McCaffreys and Le'Veon Bell when he was like playing, they're gonna judge you because you're an anomaly versus everyone else.
I agree.
It's hard, but
you go get paid a little bit more. I guess.
It's weird. And like you say, like why would you like pay a running back when you could draft a running back Say you pick in like at the end of the first round, get a 5th-year option. So you have this dude for 5 years. You give him 300 touches, run him into the dirt, and be like, all right, bro.
I don't even need to bid. I don't even need to buy him. I don't even need to draft him first round.
You don't.
Like, you drop him 4th round and be like, boy, I can find somebody 2 years later. He didn't even have to play right away.
He really doesn't.
That's why the running backs who are getting paid now double as receivers.
Yeah.
That's why they double as receivers. Saunders, after the year he had, I mean, granted, he probably could get more, but he only like, what, $6 million?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Dang.
That year when all the running backs was getting paid, I was like, but how McCaffrey get more than Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry run for 2,000 yards.
No,
and then it's like, wait,
it's understandable.
You just gotta understand.
Yeah.
You just gotta understand. It just don't make it
It's just the value, man.
Yeah, but
It's a threat thing too, though, because like it's, and I really think it's the revolution of how defensive schemes have come about. Even though they've been saying like the offense is always gonna be ahead, but the defense is a reactionary game. Like there's nothing you can do about that.
like even when you set up your passing defense, you could always have something to stop the run.
Right.
Yeah,
Like this
running just ain't as efficient, but it just
It's not, especially not when you have freak athletes like you say, linemen running 4.4s and 4.3s. Like, that's terrifying. Man.
Yeah, but
Like they look the way I sound,
and it's like,
and they're running faster than. It's just not.
and even when you talk about like O line, man, why would I want to play O line? Because I get hit up from the D line all the time. Why don't I just play D line?
No, I think no, but honestly and truly, I think that's the thing. I think that's probably what's really been happening. Like the good.
I know D line. I feel like the linebackers starting to people who would have played linebackers.
All the freaks that's on defense. That's what
going down.
All the freaks on defense.
Every position is going up.
I feel like the people who would have played running back really, really well.
Oh yeah.
Are linebackers now.
Yeah, no, they are.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
No, that's exactly what it is. I thought you were saying offensive lineman playing defensive line.
You mean like the big Earl Campbell type running backs?
Yeah.
Like if Derrick Henry was coming out again, I feel like he'd be playing
linebacker.
Edge. Linebacker or edge.
Yeah, I could really see Derrick Henry running like playing edge.
Yeah, I agree.
Featured running backs. Yeah, they're dying out. Right? Hopefully we get back to the point in time where they are featured again. Hopefully, the NFL could come up with like some new running concepts and do it, because you wanna do what's best for the product.
It's
do what's best for the product.
You've been bringing back the old ones, like how Dougie P used the wishbone against Chargers in the playoffs.
Yeah,
bringing back old concepts that people might not pick up on. That could work, maybe.
They could pick it up, but it's just like, how do you get a new twist onto it?
I don't think you need a twist. You just got to be dedicated.
Like, Chiefs did do the Nair formation in the Super Bowl, so it's like it's there, but there's a reason why they kind of died out.
Yeah.
Like these people, teams athletic. You back in the day, you have like bigger, slower guys who once you get to the edge, you good. Now they beating you to the edge and more.
Fox, stay in your backfield.
It was like Nolan.
That's
Smith.
why you think Ray Lewis got so much highlights.
Yeah,
you going into Ray Lewis, you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
But let us know what you think. What the NFL can do to bring back the featured running backs. Do you think that we are incorrect and saying that the featured running backs are dying out, that they are non-existent? Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on any audio platform, hit us with a 5-star rating. Let us know what you think. Leave your comments. We appreciate them. We're trying to better the product for you guys. That's all we're trying to do.
Somebody can say, "But Saquon featured, but."
Oh, we did miss one.
Somebody can say that.
Pierce, Damian Pierce. And again,
you need to text him for that.
That's the text. That is the text.
Right, but this goes back to the point. Like, I think you become a feature back because your team is garbage.
And he is a rookie. I mean, he's on a rookie deal. So
it's because your team is garbage.
It's
they don't
not
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. I get that.
He said you don't accept that.
That's fine. That's fine.
I think Jonathan Taylor get there. Who was the quarterback?
Yeah, I think I Jonathan Taylor.
Exactly. He's featured because he has to be.
Was he on the field though?
That's
another conversation.
But until next time, we're the Fanatic Islanders. Y'all be good. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. Peace out.